Hello everybody, welcome to another new episode of Zabingo Extra. And as we promised earlier, this is the World Cup special episode. I am Arkataran Mukherjee.
And I am Subro.
And today we'll be talking about the upcoming World Cup. So Shubhra, lots of excitement and all.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about
Yes,
the World Cup.
everybody is. The World Cup is going to begin in just a couple of days. And so this year World Cup would be held in Russia. We are going to see all the international teams, our favorite teams in action once more. So before we start about all the teams which have qualified for this year's World Cup, I just want to ask you about your feeling of the World Cup. I mean, what are your childhood memories of the World Cup? World Cup has been very special for everybody. So what do you feel when the name you hear World Cup? What do you feel about it?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not that into the international games. I'm more into the club games like you.
Yes.
So my favorite tournament is the Champions League. European Champions League.
Okay.
It is my favorite as because home and away matches.
Okay.
So which I don't see in World Cup. So
two-legged ties.
Correct.
Yes.
And home and away goals.
Okay.
But the toughest tournament I feel is a league.
Yes, definitely.
Apart from that, World Cup. So in World Cup, my favorite thing is I want to watch all the games, all the 64 games.
Okay.
So I almost covered 50 to 60 games in the last two World Cups.
Okay,
so,
that's great. That's great.
So I like to watch. We all are football fans, so we don't like to miss anything, any show. And you don't know what happens in the world.
Yeah, you might miss out because watching the highlights is not the same as watching live. If I tell about my experience of the World Cup has been always special for me because from a very young age I've been into watching football and watching cricket, into sports basically. So and I clearly remember the faintest memories I do have of the earliest World Cup that comes to my mind is I have flashes of the 1990 World Cup final.
Okay.
Would you believe that Argentina versus Germany, very iconic, that German jersey, West Germany as they were called back then, and the Argentina jersey, Argentina played in the blue jersey, not the usual blue and white, their full blue jersey, navy blue jersey. And the earliest memories of the 1990 World Cup, I only remember Diego Maradona crying and Lothar Matthäus lifting the World Cup, Germany scoring a goal via penalty. So at that time I knew only names of two players, Maradona and Matthäus. And 1994 World Cup, you can say, is the World Cup where I truly felt that yes, this is a special event, something special is happening.
Something happening.
Yeah, it's something happening.
That's the World Cup I watched for the first time.
94 World Cup, as because it was the first World Cup held in USA, United States. And there was a craze about Colombia with Pele saying that Colombia are the favorites, and Valderrama, an iconic player of Colombia with his hair, with his blonde hair. And I remember my cousin bringing a wig of Valderrama. We used to wear that, and it was a great experience. And in 94, I must mention, there were teams which sprung quite a lot of surprise. If you can remember Sweden and Bulgaria. Sweden with Thomas Brolin and Martin Dahlin, and Bulgaria with Stoichkov. And I guess they were the semi-finalists. Italy, Brazil, Sweden and Bulgaria were the four semi-finalists. And Brazil played Sweden. Romario scored one of the most significant goals, his header, his great leap we talk about. And Bulgaria lost out to Italy. And I also remember the finals. I watched the final game, and Roberto Baggio missing the penalty.
Saying that in highlights, actually I don't remember that thing.
Yes.
Watching live.
Okay.
What I can remember is the next World Cup,
98 World Cup. Yeah.
I watched all the World Cups in my childhood with my uncle, and he is a great supporter of Argentina, especially Maradona. So that's why I still support Argentina. But in 98 World Cup, I was a child, but still, at that young age, I was supporting France.
France for the first time.
For the first time. Okay, and that World Cup was the event by which football grew with me.
Yeah, you got to experience what football truly is. this
So,
World
yeah.
Cup fever and all. And France '98 provided for me moments of ecstasy and weird feelings as well. Because Dennis Bergkamp, as I have said previously, Dennis Bergkamp is a player whom I loved very much, and actually he's the player for whom I started supporting Arsenal because he played for Arsenal at that time. And in a match in quarterfinals, Argentina versus Netherlands. It was a great game, Argentina versus Netherlands, and Netherlands scored first through Patrick Kluivert, and then Claudio Lopez of Argentina equalized, and then right at the end, Dennis Bergkamp scored that great goal of the World Cup, beautifully bringing down with his trademark touch a Frank de Boer long pass, and then dribbling through past Ayala, and he finished it with the outside of his boot. And at that time, Dennis Bergkamp scored a wonderful goal, but Argentina crashed out. It was a weird feeling for me. On one hand, I was crying because Argentina crashed out, and the other hand, some part of me felt happy because Dennis Bergkamp scored a goal.
The match I always remember that one is the semi-final between France and Croatia.
France-Croatia.
That's all about Lilian Thuram.
Yes. So Lilian Thuram, who didn't score a goal in his whole career, scored 2 goals.
Due to him, we considered the goal.
Yes.
And then he replied with 2 beautiful goals.
2 beautiful goals, and what was he doing there? What was Thuram doing there?
And then the final.
Yes.
About the final.
And then the final was very significant because those 2 headers scored by Zinedine Zidane, and it was great. But I clearly remember the 3rd goal by Emmanuel Petit, because it was assisted by Patrick Vieira. And I cannot forget the commentary. The commentator said, Vieira's ball, Petit's goal, made in Highbury, delivered in Paris. So can you imagine just being an Arsenal fan, a final of a World Cup, France lifting the World Cup for the first time, and that sort of commentary, with highlighting Arsenal and all, it was a fantastic moment.
Yeah,
so it was, those are the memories of the
World
World
Cup.
Cup.
When I watched that match,
Yes.
I remember the old time of Thierry Henry.
Yes.
They were still very young.
Very, very young, yes.
And then
It was his first World Cup, I guess.
correct.
Yes,
Then came
98.
the 2002 World Cup.
2002 World Cup, total disaster. And 2002
First.
World Cup,
The first match was with
Senegal. Yes,
France
they
versus
lost.
Senegal.
Yes. And France at that time had the top scorers of 3 leagues. Thierry Henry was the top scorer of Premier League, and we had David Trezeguet, who was the top scorer of the Serie A, and we had Djibril Cissé, who was the top scorer of the French Ligue 1 at that time.
Yes.
And still we couldn't score a goal. France couldn't score a single
He
goal.
only played 3 matches, and the first one
Yeah.
was a shock.
Yes.
With
And then France in his last match, France lost to Denmark as well, 2-0. John Dahl Thomason scored a goal, I remember.
When talking about France, we can't miss the 2006
2006 World Cup.
Only talk about the final.
Yes, 2006
There's
World
nothing
Cup.
to talk about it, as always we all know.
It was a good final,
Yeah.
but that Zidane headbutt.
It was the World Cup of Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah,
And
Zinedine Zidane played
he
very
built
well
it,
that
he
one.
finished it, and it was all about him.
Yes, you can say that. Zinedine Zidane, wonderful
Still talking
performance.
about France, the last World Cup, I hoped a lot more from France.
Yes.
There was a scene which I can still remember, a shot from Benzema and Manuel Neuer just stopping.
Yes.
That was the end of our World Cup.
Yes,
As
they
a France
crashed out to Germany. So this year, I guess France do have a very good chance.
The best team
So,
I can imagine of,
yes.
with a young squad.
So before we get to this year's World Cup, all the teams, let's talk about the teams who missed out.
Ah.
So first of all, Italy comes to your mind. I mean,
In my mind, it is Chile.
Chile, yes. So
They are the contender of the World Cup, and they are not in it.
yeah, you can say Chile, I guess, are the highest ranked team to miss out of this World
They
Cup.
were in a 4th position.
Fourth
I guess,
position, yeah,
when
in
it
till
was
July 2017.
Now
And,
they have denied
ninth,
it.
I guess. So Chile are ninth, and they've won back-to-back.
Italy, Netherlands, and Cameroon.
Chile have won back-to-back. That
Copa
Copa America
America titles.
titles. And Italy, since 1958, for the first time since 1958, they have lost out. They couldn't qualify for this World Cup. And you know, one thing about Italy is that since 1970, every 12 years they were in the finals. So 1970 they were in the finals. They lost out to Brazil. 1982 they won the World Cup. 1994 they again lost out to Brazil in the final. And 2006 they were again champions. So I was kind of hoping if Italy could qualify, they would be going to the finals. But Italy couldn't qualify this time. So that's a big miss. And Netherlands. I mean,
Netherlands is okay for now, as because they haven't qualified for the Euro also.
Yes, they couldn't qualify for the Euro.
But still, I will miss Robin, his dives.
So, Netherlands, and for the first time since 2002, they haven't qualified for this year's World Cup. And Cameroon is one big miss because they have been the most successful African nation in the World Cup.
Yeah, when you think of Africa in the World Cup, Cameroon and Ivory Coast becomes first.
Cameroon, they have played 7 World Cups, I guess, and they were quarterfinalists of 1990 World Cup. Roger Milla, Cameroon went to the quarterfinals of that World Cup. And another team, I must say, it's very surprising that they missed out. It's USA. Because USA are the reigning champions, CONCACAF champions, and they couldn't qualify. I mean, it's a huge shock because from North America, we usually associate 2 teams with the CONCACAF group, USA and Mexico. USA qualified for every World Cup since 1986.
But as a football fan, I don't really enjoy the football of USA. To be truthful.
They call it soccer. They don't call it football also. Okay, so
there's a huge difference between the North American football, South American.
Yes, football. There's a huge difference. Yes, and so it's been surprising that few big teams have missed out.
Okay, they have been pushed out by Panama, I guess.
Panama, yes, Panama.
They are playing for the first
time, and Iceland.
Iceland.
Panama and Iceland are playing for the first time this year's World Cup.
Iceland have already shown us their potential in
the Euro Cup. They had a fantastic.
Let's see what Panama can do.
This year's World Cup, we also have teams we have qualified for after a long time. Egypt after 28 years and Peru, I guess. The last time they qualified was in 1982. So this year they qualified for the World Cup. They could qualify for the World Cup, so it would be great for them, for Peru and Egypt. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, we don't have any teams from OFC group, Oceania group.
Oceania group, yes. New Zealand isn't there from Oceania group.
As Australia qualifies for the World Cup from Asia.
Asian group, yes. So Australia do qualify for the World Cup.
New Zealand should get the chance, but in the new structure they have to play a playoff with the South American.
Yes.
Group 5th, I guess. And it was Peru.
So yes, it was Peru. Peru who got the chance.
Okay, so talking about this year's World Cup,
yes.
How do you feel the grouping has been done?
Yeah, the groups, there are some certainly very, very interesting groups in here. Group B comes to your mind, Group D, the group of death, and Group H certainly is a very interesting group.
In Group B, we see Portugal and Spain in the same group because of the new grouping procedure.
And they also do have Iran and Morocco, I guess. Yep. Yes. So Portugal, Spain, Iran, Morocco. Yeah. It's an interesting group. It's a hard group because both Iran and Morocco are teams which do have very, very good players.
Okay, talking about
Group D. Group D is the group of death, as they call it. We have Argentina, we have Nigeria. And we do have also
Iceland
and Croatia.
Surprise Iceland.
So Iceland and Croatia. So it's going to be very, very tough. I mean, anybody can spring a surprise in there because Iceland are certainly very, very hard to beat. So you can't just say that this team will beat Iceland because
we should look for Iceland and Panama. Especially Iceland, what they have done in the
Euro Cup, yes. Iceland and Nigeria also have very good players in there, and Croatia's midfield is brilliant. You have all those Luka Modric. Yes, you have Luka Modric, you have Mateo Kovacic, you have Rakitic, And you have all those players, and up front you have Perisic, you have Mandzukic, you have Ante Rebic, who scored a brace in Eintracht Frankfurt's DFB Pokal win against Bayern Munich. So they are a very set team.
That's a tough group.
Very tough group. And then also there is a group H.
Okay, Group H.
Yes.
So there's Poland,
Yes.
Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. So we should support Japan as Asian.
Yes.
Poland, the team of Lewandowski.
Lewandowski scored 16 goals in the qualifiers. I mean, and Poland has got a very good team.
Yeah.
Poland and
Don't forget about Colombia. So it's
Colombia,
a good
yes.
group. I think.
Colombia is the favorite to qualify from that group.
Yeah.
But the second place, there will be
Should
tussle
be
between
Poland,
Poland
but still,
and Senegal.
Japan,
You cannot
you can't
rule
lose
out.
Japan.
No, Japan is there, but Senegal with Sadio Mane, they have a very good team with Kalidou Koulibaly in the defense, and they have a very good team. Senegal and Poland, so there would be a tussle. So as I have marked that, I guess my dark horse is Poland. Poland has got
second place.
Yes. So Poland might qualify from that group, and they're most likely to meet Belgium in the round of 16. So that would be another game to watch out for, Poland versus Belgium.
Okay, let's then talk about our predictions.
Okay, so what we have predicted, my prediction is clear. France, the team which I believe would be in the semi-finals. France, Brazil, Germany and Argentina.
Yeah, I can say that you have made France the champion. I would love to see France as the champion.
Yes, because France have got a very good team chemistry, and they have a young team.
I think that's where we lack still, the team chemistry. Yeah, it's a very good young team, the best young team in
Yes.
this World Cup.
France and Germany have very young team.
Chemistry. Now I can see France, Brazil,
France,
Germany,
Brazil,
Argentina.
Germany and Argentina.
So these two will play in between, and
Yes, and Germany and Argentina. I mean, Argentina.
So
I have taken a gamble there. Argentina, according to my calculation, Argentina might be meeting Spain in the quarterfinals.
Correct.
So I have taken a gamble, and I guess Argentina might go through there, because Argentina might be in the semi-finals, because this, in all honesty, is going to be the last World Cup for Lionel Messi. So I would love to see him in the semi-finals, and let's see what they can do in the semi-finals.
Okay, so in the semi-final,
Germany versus Argentina is likely to be.
okay, who is going to the final from this team?
I guess in the semi-final, as much as I like to say Argentina would be in the final, I would say France versus Germany would be the final.
Final. Okay, and France is the champion.
France would be the champion according to me.
Okay.
So,
it's almost-
what's your prediction?
You almost like me. Okay.
Oh, I see Belgium in there in place
Yeah,
of Brazil. Okay.
In the round of 16, Brazil will meet Belgium.
Yes.
And I think Belgium will beat Brazil
Okay,
this time.
so
Okay. I have high hopes in Belgium's young players and the skills.
okay, so Shubhra has predicted a shock there, huge shock. Belgium beating Brazil. So you can't say that it's not gonna happen, because Belgium has got an absolutely champion team in there. Lots and lots of superstars that play in the club level, and they have got a very good team chemistry. They've got a manager who emphasizes on attacking football, not so much on the defensive side of the game. Roberto Martinez is Belgium's manager. So, do you think Belgium's defense would be able to hold off the attacking talents of Brazil? That would be crucial, because Belgium certainly do have the attack to win any match, but when it comes to defending, it should be a good. It might be a great challenge.
Yeah, the defending is needed, but when you are playing in the round of 16 of the World Cup,
Yes.
the greatest tournament as a national team, and you are facing Brazil
In the quarterfinals.
in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter.
Yes.
So it's all about the strategy and your nerve. So I think this time we have already seen in the last World Cup and the Euro how Belgium was playing.
Yes.
They were the dark horse.
Yes.
And
They have matured. Belgium have matured.
Yeah, but they haven't played up to their level.
Yes.
But this time I
Certainly,
think they
yes,
will
yes.
do something. Okay.
Okay.
And still,
Oh, that's a
France
nice
will
shout.
face Belgium.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that would be one hurdle too much for Belgium.
Yeah, and the
Yes.
bottom half is almost same.
Yes, Germany would be meeting Argentina.
Yeah, the first hurdle would be beating Spain.
Spain,
As
yes.
we all have seen in the friendly, Spain has already beaten Argentina 6-1.
6-1. Yes.
There was a key factor Lionel Messi was not playing, but still, I think if Argentina can beat Spain, they will.
I guess in the World Cup it might be different.
Yeah, correct.
It
That's
might be a
my
bit different.
opinion,
Yes.
yeah. If they can beat Spain, then they can beat Germany and France in the final.
So
But still, I would like to see France versus Argentina.
France versus Argentina in the final. So you have made Argentina the champions there. I
If they
see.
can-
So
It's a great dream
yeah,
to see the World Cup.
I also like it
Messi
because
side.
I also do support Argentina, and I love Argentina very much. And Argentina, but if Argentina wins this year's World Cup, then they would have done it by absolute wonderful football, because the level of opposition they would be facing.
Yeah, correct.
Because ideally they would be facing Spain in the quarterfinals, then Germany in the semi-finals, and then possibly France in the finals. So if Argentina do manage to
France
win,
or Brazil or Belgium.
yes, so if
Possibly
Argentina
France.
manage to win this year's World Cup, then
That
it
would
would
be
be
great.
quite a feat. Quite a feat for Argentina and Lionel Messi. And Argentina, I must say that there are some players who has impressed for Argentina. And I'm looking forward to seeing them in action in Russia. And one of those players is Christian Pavon. I guess he brings a lot of trickery and lot of pace. And the thing in the wings, he plays in the wings. And the thing which I like about Pavon is that his decision making is very good. His assist tally is good. He plays for Boca Juniors. He has given 11 assists.
He is one of
Yes.
those players who has
Christian
been playing in,
Pavon, yes,
Argentina.
in the
domestic
Argentine
league.
league, yes, domestic league. Christian Pavon is a player whom I certainly would be looking at in this World Cup, and I look forward to see what he can do for Argentina, because Argentina would be needing all those assists, balls into the box and all, not relying too much on Messi. I mean, if those white players can chip in with some assists as well and crucial balls, then I guess it would be the job would be much more easier.
Yeah, so talking about Pavon, there is another player I would like to say his name is Lo Celso. He's a young
Giovanni Lo Celso, yes, he plays for PSG.
Correct.
Yes,
Young talent.
yes.
So okay, let's talk about some other teams. Who are the players you are looking for in this World Cup?
Well, in this World Cup, I must say it's a weird choice for me, but I would still love to see Olivier Giroud score goals in this World Cup, because
Okay.
Olivier Giroud is a player whom I love very, very much, and just because the player who is very, very underrated, he is always criticized, and still, more often than not, he comes up with the answers, and he shuts his critics up. And Olivier Giroud, if you can remember, he is on 31 goals for the national team, level with Zinedine Zidane. And so Olivier Giroud, and he has had a very good Euro Cup as well. He was one of the top scorers in the Euro Cup for France, and top scorers overall also in the Euro Cup. So this year, I would love to see Olivier Giroud linking up with Kylian Mbappe or Griezmann. I mean, he doesn't have the pace, Giroud, we all know that, but his link-up play is next to none. And with players of serious pace at his side, Giroud can be an absolute asset for the French national team, an absolute menace in the air. He is very, very strong aerially. And Olivier Giroud is a player whom I believe would be making a mark in this year's World Cup. It's his last World Cup, and he certainly would be making a mark. So I would earmark Giroud as a player to watch out for.
Okay, so I have a player in my mind.
Okay.
I think lots of people have the same player in mind. That's Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed Salah, okay, for
Yeah.
Egypt, yes.
Yeah, I think we will see him for only 3 games, but
Yes.
still, it will be a treat to our eyes. I think Egypt is in Group A,
Yes.
and the other teams are Russia, Uruguay, and
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes. So I guess Egypt might progress from that group along with Uruguay. Uruguay should qualify as the group
Okay.
champion, and I guess Egypt should qualify comfortably from
Yeah,
that
I
group.
think otherwise. I think Uruguay and Russia are the teams. Who
Okay, because
Yeah,
they are the
they
host nation. Okay, so but I guess Uruguay and Egypt would be there because Egypt has more talent than Russia.
Yeah, that's.
I
correct.
feel like.
But, it matters when you play in front of your
Home crowd,
Home
yes.
crowd.
Yeah, that definitely matters. So let's see if it's Uruguay or with the team which qualifies alongside Uruguay is Egypt or Russia. So let's see. The Russians would be wanting that Russia qualifies, goes to the next round, and Egypt and football lovers would be, would be wanting Mohamed Salah to qualify and go into the next round, because Egypt, it's all about Mohamed Salah, and we also do have our very own Mohamed El Neni in there, along with Mohamed Salah. He's a very important player for Egypt as well.
Okay, you were talking about the midfield of Croatia.
Yes.
Yeah, that reminds me, the midfield of France, again France, sorry.
Oh my God. Yes,
So
midfield of France is,
Pogba, Matuidi, and
we have
N'Golo
Kante,
Kante.
we have Enzonzi,
Correct.
and we have Corentin Tolisso there,
Tolisso.
we have Lemar there, the
In
French...
starting 11, I will still put Pogba, Kante, and Matuidi.
Matuidi.
So this is the midfield, and in the upfront, I think Griezmann, Dembele, and Mbappe. So they
Yes.
all are wingers.
Yeah,
but
Griezmann
still-
can play as a striker,
Right.
but he won't be giving you the presence the French team would be looking for. Olivier Giroud is there for the very same reason.
He is a good substitute.
Yes, and he's a very good target man. So this is why Olivier Giroud has played, and they have not selected Lacazette, and Benzema is not there obviously, and they haven't selected Anthony Martial as well. He's also a player on the wing.
That's a big shock. For
Yeah, that's a
Anthony
shock
Martial.
because it's because he haven't played too much for Manchester United. He has missed out. Else, I guess Martial would definitely have been in the team. And so the
He
French
has been in a
team.
good form in the previous year. for
Yes,
Manchester
very,
United,
very good
before
form.
Mourinho took charge.
Yes, under Louis van Gaal, he was in good form. And talking about the French midfield, I can say that all those players in the midfield, they have the incredible stamina. When you talk about Pogba, when you talk about Kante and Matuidi, it would be very tough getting the ball of the French midfield, and they would win the ball back in just seconds.
Let's see.
So France, very, very set team, very good. It would be one to look out for in which formation they play and what are the players they use. But French team is really looking good. France team is really looking good. And Brazil also have got a young team along with Germany. And Germany, talking about Germany, I must say the exclusion of Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané.
Yeah, Godze is okay. You can exclude him, but Leroy Sané.
Godze hasn't been in good form, but Leroy Sané has been in stunning form for Manchester City. And Julian Brandt
I
has been
don't see a
selected.
point excluding Leroy Sané.
Julian Brandt has been selected in place of Leroy Sané, and you can say that in terms of national team, Julian Brandt has given some very good performances. So Joachim Löw has gone for Julian Brandt in place of Leroy Sané, and that also sends out a clear message as to how Germany are gonna play. I can see no width in there. Julian Draxler can play out wide, and Leroy Sané was one who can play out wide.
So basically narrow.
They would be playing very narrow, and the width would be provided by Jonas Hector and Joshua Kimmich, the fullbacks. So Germany would be very narrow, and it would be quite interesting to see how they line up. Germany, I'd be certainly looking forward to seeing Germany play the kind of formations they use in this World Cup. In every World Cup, we see teams, spring a surprise. So this year, I have earmarked a team. It's Serbia. Serbia is a team which I think has got some serious potential there. Serbia has got the next superstar central midfielder in their team, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. And they've got Alexander Mitrovic up front, who played in Newcastle. And in defense, they have got very good defenders, leaders. Branislav Ivanovic is there. You've got Kolarov, you've got Nastasic. And in midfield, you have got Nemanja Matic. You have got Milivojevic, and you have got Dusan Tadic. You have got very, very good midfielders in there, Serbia. So Serbia is one team which can spring a surprise, and Serbia might qualify from their group as well, might go to the next stage as well, Serbia. So it won't be too much of a surprise for me, because I know the strength of the team is there. They've got very good leadership. And Serbia, I have marked as a surprise package. So what do you feel about this team Serbia? They certainly look very strong on paper.
Yes, they certainly look like, but in the stage of World Cup, it's still
Experience counts, yes.
Yeah.
And they've got experienced players. They might not have got very good World Cup experience, but they have got
Yeah,
experience.
they may have experienced players in their respective clubs, okay, but as a team, I still think they would not go to round of 16.
Okay, let's see. But
Yep.
Serbia is a team which certainly has got a very good squad. And alongside Poland, my dark horse. So your dark horse is Belgium, I see. Belgium, you are betting to spring a surprise or two in beating Brazil. That would be something. Beating Belgium beating Brazil and going to the semi-finals. And then Belgium would be facing France. So that would be also a very, very good game.
But still, my point is, the best team in this World Cup as a whole team, I still think Spain is the best team.
Spain.
Yeah.
But both of us haven't, we have chosen Argentina over Spain because of our liking for Argentina.
If you can beat Spain, you can go for the glory. I think
Yes.
so.
So Spain is a very good squad. I feel that Argentina might be in the semi-finals, and Shubro feels like Argentina should be the champions, could be the champions rather. And but I still feel that beating Germany and beating France would be quite tough. It's not impossible, definitely not. When you've got one player named Lionel Messi in your squad, but that's also, you can say, the downfall of Argentina. They tend to rely too much on Messi rather than doing things on their own. They put too much pressure on Lionel Messi.
Yeah, that was true, for the previous tournaments. But in this tournament, I think that is the point they should use. They should rely on Messi, and that's the only thing they can use for the glory.
Okay, so
That's the last thing.
So Messi would take you to the finals,
Yeah, I
and
think
Messi
so.
would make you champion. Okay, so it's again
It's
too
only
much
a
of pressure
prediction.
on Messi.
We have also predicted that Liverpool would trump in the Champions League final. But depending on Mohamed Salah.
Yes.
But Sergio Ramos proved us wrong.
Yeah, for the next 30 days, we will be all glued to our television sets. So I hope we'll see you again, and hopefully in the later stages of the World Cup, see who gets to the semi-final, and we will make a episode there, and we'll talk about the we'll talk about the teams.
Whether
there.
our predictions were
whether our predictions were
right
good
or
or not.
completely wrong.
Okay, see you before the semi-finals then. Okay, bye. So-
which ball is being used in
Yes,
this World
I
Cup?
guess the Telstar of 1970s ball in Mexico World Cup.
In 1970?
1970, it's Brazil, I guess. 1970, it's Brazil.
Okay.
I guess Brazil won the World Cup in 1970. So
Let's see.